Here we go, our second edition of the Panthers mock draft and off-season simulation. If you are here, then you've clicked on the CollingsThodeNetwork. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, like the stream, as it is going to be a great time. I am live every single day, so make sure you don't miss it, as this is going to be a super fun one. We did this last week. We're going to do it again. The NFL Ultimate GM Simulator. We are here already at the re-sign and tag players stage, as we're going to jump right into it this time. The Panthers mock draft 2.0. And before the draft, well, of course, there is free agency, as we all know how football works. I'd hope so. We're going to hop right into this. The first order of business is re-signing players. Rico Dowdle, gone. We're good. I love our room, honestly, if we're being honest. Rico Dowdle, we do not need you anymore. But going down here, a guy like David Moore, he would be fun to have back, but I want to make some splashes here in wide receiver. So we're going to go light in re-signing guys other than Jalen Coker. So Jalen Coker, we're going to get him signed to a 3-year, 3 per, and he's going to accept it. Of course, because he wants to be here. We want him here. So shout out Jalen Coker, re-signing immediately there. As just pulling up some stuff here to make sure that the plan is right, because I'm looking over at Josh Nijman, and I'm thinking to myself, do I want to go big on O-line, potentially start a rookie here for the Carolina Panthers? But I think we just stick with, tried and true. So, continuing on here, of course, talking about Josh Nijman. He'll probably take 1.5. We'll be generous today. We'll be the generous general manager as the money I'm going to give out. It's not horrible. Curhan doesn't want $1 million for 3 years, but he will take 1.2. Loved what Curhan was able to do whenever we needed him. Speaking of guys that do whatever we need whenever needed, Brady Christensen, he doesn't want 1.2. That's fair. Will he want 1.5? That's the real question. No as well. Good for you, Brady Christensen. Ask for your money. And honestly, I'm going to pay him, because he might be a guy that if he could develop a game as a tackle, he might be I doubt it. He's a guard. He is a guard. But there's a chance he could become the starting left tackle. Who knows? With this current injury that we're suffering with Okongwu, it makes me so sad. Another guy, great backup, and wasn't bad. Will definitely be needed as we face injury. Yeah, give me back Austin Corbett for. It feels wrong to ask for that much money, but yeah, that much money. We're doing it. So. Yeah, I don't know. He's a guy I hated on. And then Cade Mays, our starting center. He doesn't want $10 million. We go through this every time. Cade Mays, will you take 10.5? No. It has to be 11, and we have cap space. It's now $46 million to play around with in regular free agency and for the rest of our defense, but I'm good with that. Gibson doesn't want $1 million. Can he take 1.2? That would be nice. And he will. Okay. He's a guy that I really surprisingly fell in love with at the end of the season there. DJ Wonnum, if you're going to take... Okay. Wonnum, don't love. I've never once been in love with DJ Wonnum. Incoom was another guy. End of the season, really impressed. And if he's going to take 1.2 as a depth guy, we're going to do that. Isaiah Simmons, please come back for 1.2. I would love to have you as a depth linebacker, and that's sweet. That is sick. And then Roseboom, if you're going to take $2 million to come back to our football team, then please do. No, he will not, as it might take 2.5 for Roseboom. I think that's worth it. And so there you go. This is going to shape what we do in the draft later on. This makes a big difference on who the Panthers are going to be targeting. So I am trying to get through this pretty quick, but it's not something that you really want to skim over. If you're a Panther fan or if you're a football fan doing the same for your team, this all matters. But that's about where I'm going to end it, as I don't like Nick Scott one bit. We're not bringing him back. That's going to be a very regular thing every single time I do this. As there's all of our re-signings, as we'll go through the league here. We'll try to figure out who we could bring in to go along with some of these guys. So it all depends on who is signed. Of course, we all know what this team needs, and that is a new linebacker. So we're going to go NFL's free agency. Of course, this is one of those weird websites where they do it alphabetically by first name. I don't know, always weird to me, but it's a thing. So the first thing we're going to look at is a linebacker, as I doubt that we're going to find a splash one, and it's not really what I'm trying to look for in our video today. So the big guys that we could look for at linebacker is if Alex Anzalone was unprotected. He's a guy I would love to bring in, but it does not look like it. It looks like he was re-signed, which is too bad. We also like to go down to a guy from, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs, Leo Chenal, but we did him last time, so I'm actually going to go to the M names. We're going to look for a Matt Milano. I'm in the R names, excuse me, forgot. And we're actually going to offer Matt Milano in his last contract. He was making $6.03. We're just going to offer him 6 flat for 2 seasons. And he's going to come aboard. Welcome, Matt Milano, our starting linebacker. And that's all we're going to do for the linebacker room for now. To go along with that, cornerback. I love our cornerback room. It's just so hard for me to argue against these guys. I really like them personally. Safety, though. Safety is needed. Like, more needed than probably any other position on this team. I love these two guys, but they're both strong safeties. They both can't get the job done. One of the best guys last year is Jimmy Ward, but he's 34 years old. He doesn't really fit this team's timeline. I'm going to look at a guy, maybe not the best season, but Tony Adams. He's hopefully going to be here as we scroll down to the team names. Tony Adams on the Jets last season was making $3.263 on a team that didn't get a single interception, but I really like this Panthers defense. I think if we bring in a new defensive coordinator, or even if we stick with Evero, he'll do a lot better on our team. So getting down to the T, getting to Tony, T-O-T-O. Please be here. No, I think I went past. No, T-E for Tez, T-E-T-R. No Tony Adams. That is disappointing, I tell you that much. He would have been such a nice guy to bring in on this team at a cheaper contract, because I'm trying to stray to only bring in free safeties, because that's really what we need. Guys that can move, guys that are agile, guys that cover the field. And there's a lot of guys here that are just listed as safety. And yeah, sure, they can, but I want to get more exact. So now we're going to go over to the K names, as we are struggling to find a guy. No, Carmen Curl also re-signed. This is a bad free agency class, y'all. We're going to go over to, let's see if Gilman is there. A.L. No Gilman either. This is bad. This is bad, everyone. We are losing out on all of the guys we want. And it's like, I don't want to go bottom of the barrel here, but we got to get someone. I really want to get a good player. That's the key issue, is I'm shooting my sights up there, like way up there. There's no Kyle Duggar to sign here. There's a lack of guys. We just got to keep working. We got to keep looking, I guess. It might just be a little Reed Blankenship. I know I saw him, so we'll bring in Reed Blankenship. I'm not sure if he's exactly a stronger free safety, but I know he's a guy that moves well on the Eagles defense. If I know how to do... There he is. I forgot how the alphabet works there. Brady to Chuck moment. Of course, Reed Blankenship on his last contract, he's going to be asking for a payday. He was making 3.5. I'm going to pay him 5.5. He's 26 years old, plenty happy to be giving him 3 years here, and that still leaves us with plenty of money to re-sign guys. $27 million. I say re-sign, I mean bring guys in. We definitely need a second safety, though. We can't just live with that. Do we want to bring in 2 white safeties? No, we're going to keep looking. CJ Gardner-Johnson catches my eye, but again, don't trust him at his age. Doesn't really fit with our team's timeline, if we're being honest with each other. If there is a guy named P.J. Locke, I want him on the Broncos. It would be a great guy to come in. P.J. Jules, no P.J. Locke. That's so disappointing. Everyone I want is not here. It's killing me. Let's see if there's a Julian Blackman, a former guy for the Saints. Would be nice to swoop in and steal him to be one of our backups here. Julian Blackman. There we go. We'll see. He was making 3.7 on his last contract. We'll give you 3 on this one, and he'll take it. So there we go. New safety room means that we could go light in the draft on bringing in a safety. A star corner would be fun to bring in. I don't really care about long snapper, fullback. Punter, I'll go in the 7th round. Defensive tackle, I love this room. Edge, I like this room for now. We might be drafting an edge pretty high in this draft here. And then tackle, yeah, I guess we'll go. I spy with my little eye some tight ends on the board, and then we'll look for a new offensive tackle, and then we'll hop into the draft here, y'all. So Travis Kelce, I'm fully assuming he's going to get re-signed, but a guy that I love, I really would love to bring in. Talk about crippling your opposition. I skipped way past the K for Kyle Pitts. I bet he's re-signed in this, but Kyle Pitts being on the Panthers would be such a cursed sight. And yeah, they re-signed him. No surprises there, but that would have been pretty fun. Looking around the league, maybe a Dallas Goedert. He would be such a nice target for a guy like Bryce Young. But he is not there. Instead, we're just going to have to settle. I guess it's settling for David Njoku. We have $24 million. I'm willing to give Njoku 10 per season, 2 seasons. So $20 million come aboard. New tight end 1. Sorry, Sadiq, but we're going a different direction. And then, of course, I love our wide receiver room for now. And then the running back room, quarterbacks, we don't need anything there. So the biggest thing we'll look for, I guess, to end it off is an offensive tackle, preferably left tackle, because that's what this team is in desperate need of with Ikiem's injury. So looking through here, I'm seeing a guy I really like, Landon Young. He plays for the Saints. And so one of my goals always, call me a dick for this, but I love trying to cripple my biggest rivals by taking their players. So Landon Young, that's really the guy I want here. I see Evan Neal. How funny is that? The guy I personally wanted come draft time. Ikeung Kungwu has proven to be a better player. And no, Landon Young was re-signed. Boo. I wanted him. Looking here at some of the other guys, maybe a Spencer Burford. That would be a guy that I would like to bring in if he's here. It does not look like he's going to be here. So there's only 3 names on the offensive tackle list. This is tough. Again, this free agency has not been good. And our predictor here, it has most guys re-signing. Let's see if there's to the J names, if there's a Justin. There's not a Justin. I'm losing out on most of the guys I want here. I will be honest with you. Is there Joseph Noteboom? Yes, Joe Noteboom. We'll go Noteboom. We'll bring him in to potentially be our new starter. He's 30 years old. He was making $2 million on his last contract. We'll give him a 1-year deal. Be our replacement. And so there you go. Most of the signings moves that I'm going to make here. I guess we'll go long snapper for the culture. I'll do it. JJ Jansen. He doesn't want $1 million. He was making, I think, 1.2 on his last contract. So we'll just re-up on that 1 year. Oh my goodness. Look at this guy. You are 40, sir. You are 40, my good man. Take the money. Set your family up. Thank you. A bit of an overpay, but that's a culture move right there. And then, yeah, we're going to draft a punter. So here we are, the moment you've all been waiting for. Njoku, Milanu, Noteboom, Blackman, Blankenship. Now, the draft. Let's go. Now, I got to make sure I hit pause on this pretty quick because, yeah, we're going to be looking to trade with either Washington to get one ahead of those Saints, or we're going to be looking to trade with the Cleveland Browns. So we're going to start with we'll start with Washington. How about it? We're going to give you pick 19, our next year's second, and our this year's 157. In return, give me 223 and pick 7. They don't want to do that. I don't blame them. So we're going to try again. Washington, get on the phone. We're going to go 19 first, second next year, third this year, you're going to give me 7, and you're going to give me that 7th round pick. And they reject that too. They like a guy. At 7. It's going to take a lot more than that. I'm going to go 2/3. This is a lot to pay for 2 prospects, but I think it's worth it because I think this team is going to be ready to compete for a Super Bowl with pick 7. So here we go. If this is what you were waiting for in the video, then, well, it's the time that you've been waiting for, as we're going to reject any trades. I saw Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson went the pick before me. So that changes plans just a tiny bit, just a little bit. Now, luckily, next pick is 51. So that means that we're going to trade down here, but how could we not pick Arvell Reese? How could we not? That was not what I was expecting to happen at all. How funny is that? So we got put in a very different situation, one where we're going to pivot and go defense. Welcome to the team, Arvell Reese. That's funny. How funny is that? That leaves the best guy here to be Casey Concepcion, and we're going to try to trade for him now. 2 first-round picks in the same draft. Not what I was particularly going for, if we're going to be honest with each other, but we're here now. I accidentally hit resume draft. This is a disaster, y'all. The free agency was not good, and, well, we're here now, and we missed out on most of the star wide receivers, and there's a real chance this could happen in real life to this team. And so what are they going to do? How are they going to pivot? A big thing that we need, of course, was a linebacker. So I'm more than happy to bring in a guy like Arvell Reese. And another thing that, this team could use a big help on. I mean, trading all that draft capital for Arvell Reese is not that bad, but I can't believe I missed out on my guys. That was so sad. That was legitimately heartbreaking. And so looking at the guys here, it's either going to be Chris Johnson, a cornerback who looks great, one of the best cornerbacks in college football. And then, of course, Genesis Smith, who declared as a true junior after a interception, 8 pass breakups. It's an interesting class. It's interesting. I'm going to go Chris Johnson here to bolster that defense all that much more, and then we'll see about trading up. Maybe getting a guy like Chris Brazel II, a huge 6'5" guy. It's, again, not exactly what this team needs, but I don't know how much I like a guy like again, your first line doesn't have the elite athletic upside. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Looking at Amar Cooper, dynamic duo. Yeah, potentially we go Amar Cooper. We'll see. We'll go Chris Johnson here. We'll let it pause. Amar Cooper goes. So does Antonio Williams. Shockingly enough, Chris Brazel still here. Again, not elite upside. Skylar Bell from UConn, not a big school. It's a tough situation here, and this is a very realistic very realistic situation the Panthers could find themselves in. As there goes Chris Brazel. We're now going to propose a trade with the Seattle Seahawks here. And we're going to see what we can do to bring in, most likely, Skylar Bell. So let's do it. Let's find Seattle. Let's go 162. This is bad. I traded a lot of I traded most of the picks for the get up. I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind in this one. Oh my goodness. We'll give you 119, 157, and Minnesota's next year's 4th. And they reject it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, y'all. I don't know. I think we just gotta sit around and wait. And that's the price you pay to have 2 elite defensive guys, I guess, and no wide receiver. No, we have to. We have to get a guy, just a guy at all. Not good, y'all. Not good. Not good at all. We're going to try again. Oh my goodness, this feels like this hurts my gut to be trading this much. And it's still not even. I'm trading 4 guys for potentially 1 guy who's not even going to be good. It doesn't feel right, and that's why we're just going to keep going. We're now going to propose a trade to Cincinnati. Maybe they'll take this. Maybe they'll take anything. This is so bad. What a disaster this has become, y'all. What a disaster. Oh, and they won't even take that. We're out of here. We're just going to let it sim. We're just going to let it rock. Oh, my goodness. Well, we have, I think, 3 picks left in this draft. Oh, my goodness. We have a ton of picks left in this draft. So here we are. Shout out Trinidad Chambliss. Incredible performance. Kelvin Coleman Jr., I have heard of him. One of the hidden gems. 5'11", 180. Kind of the exact guy we need. I think we're going to take him. Welcome to the team, Coleman Jr. Hopefully you're better than the Coleman that's already in the league. And as we find our way into the draft here, looking at how many picks we have left, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. How about we go another wide receiver? We just went one with pick 119. Now we're at 157, and the top guy available is 139 on the list here. 3 years of marginal production, but that is a good stat line in 2024, and an even better stat line in 2025. So why not? Let's go a little duo here. LSU always has great wide receivers as well, but honestly, being burned by TMJ, we're going to go with the Baylor kid. So there we go. We solved the wide receiver crisis without having to massively overpay with a trade that I probably would have ended up hating myself for making. So here we are. We got 3 picks left in this draft, and I know we need another running back, and I know we need a punter, and then we can have fun with whatever's left. So here we are. I'm going to look for a running back, and the guy from Bama projected to go 198. We have pick 198. I like anyone who comes out of Alabama, really, from the running back position. So there we go. Bringing in Jamarian Miller. We have 2 picks left. We're going to bring in 2 random guys, maybe a linebacker who is 6'6", maybe another safety. I think I'm going to go that linebacker, just fill out that room, and we already saw how horribly injuries riddled our team this season, so I'm not letting that happen again. And then come on down, my favorite player in the draft, Jack Stonehouse. And there's the draft. We'll, of course, do a season prediction to see how the team that I just built is going to do. Not exactly how I thought it was going to go, but we could still be plenty good. I wish I could pull up the roster here now. Maybe I just don't know how to use the website. I'm not doing any predictions. We're just going to jump right into it. We're going to simulate here the new look Carolina Panthers. And so while we're here, I guess we'll go over what an improved linebacker room. Arvell Reese, Matt Milano. We brought back Rose Boom. We still have Wallace. And then we got that 6th round pick. The wide receiver room, we drafted those 2 rookies in the 4th and 5th round. They could be something. Who knows? As well as Coker, Leggett, and, of course, Tyrone McMillan. I mean, of course, Tyrone McMillan. It's not bad. How did the projector say we did? We did not make the playoffs. Boo. It was the Falcons and the Buccaneers that made it as we went 4-13. What? Oh my God. We drafted 4th. What happened? Four and 13. What? Oh my God. This has us starting on a 7-game losing streak. I'm out of here, y'all.